On 10.3, we did 1 through 4 on the vocabulary, which I'll do together with you. Number 1 is, the answer is midpoint, where it asks you the midpoint of a line segment is the point exactly halfway between the two endpoints. So midpoint and point go in there. Number 2, when you're finding the distance goes in there between 2 points, is a distance measured in units. Number 3, that formula written there is the distance formula on number 3. Number 4, the formula written there is a midpoint formula. Then on 1 through 22, number 1 is the square root of 7 times the square root of 2. Number 2, square root of 11 times square root of 10. Since both of them are square roots, we multiply those two together. Square root of 110. 3, fourth root of 8 times the fourth root of 2. And number 4, the fourth root of 27 times the fourth root of 3. Since both of those are the fourth roots, we can multiply 27 times 3, so it gives us the fourth root of 81. And this one can be simplified because the fourth root of 81 is 3, because 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 is 81. Number 5, the cube root of 4 times the cube root of 9. Number 6, the cube root of 10 times the cube root of 5 is the cube root of 50. Can't be simplified. Number 7, the square root of 2 times square root of 3x. 8, square root of 3y times square root of 5x is the square root of 15. 3 times 5, xy, square root of xy. Number 9, square root of 7 over x, square root of 7 over x times the square root of 2 over y equals, well, that's for you to do. Number 10 is like it, the square root of 6 over m times the square root of n over 5. Just multiply straight across. Square root of 6n over 5m, still in the radical. Number 11, fourth root of 4x cubed times the fourth root of 5. 12, fourth root of ab squared times the fourth root of 27ab is the fourth root of 27. 1 times 27 is 27. A times a is a squared. And b squared times b to the first is b cubed. So the fourth root of 27, a squared b cubed. 13, square root of 6 over 49. 14, square root of 8 over 81 is the square root of 8 over the square root of 81. Square root of 81 is 9. But the square root of 8, this is where we're starting to learn something new. You try to take, if you can't take the square root of a number, you find the biggest square root that goes into it evenly. Square root of 4 goes into 8 twice. So the square root of 4 is 2 with no radical around it. So 2 square root of 2 over 9. 15, 2, the square root of 2 over 49. 16, the square root of 5 over 121 is the square root of 5 over the square root of 121. And then the square root of 5 can't be broken down any. Over the square root of 121 is 11. So square root of 5 over 11 with no radical around 11. 17, the fourth root of x cubed over 16. Then 18, the fourth root of y to the first over 81 x to the fourth. The fourth root of y cannot be broken down any because it's y to the first. The exponent 1 is less than the index outside. The fourth root of 81 is 3. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 is 81. The fourth root of x to the fourth, you divide the exponent on that x, 4, by the 4 on the index, so x to the first. Then I made some mistakes at the top. Number 19 is the cube root of 4 over 27 for you to do. 20, the cube root of 3 over 64 is the cube root of 3. That's supposed to be a small 3 on the index there. 3 times, the cube root of 3 over the cube root of 64, which is 4. So the cube root of 3 over 4 without a radical in it on the 4. 21. The fourth root of 8 over x to the 8th. So 22, the fourth root of a to the third over 81. The fourth root of a cubed cannot be broken down any. The 3 on the exponent is smaller than the index, so usually can't be broken down. The fourth root of 81 is 3. So the fourth root of a cubed inside the radical, 4 is your index, and then 3 on the bottom, because 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 is 81.